Welcome to the Switch Up presented by PlayHouseStudioz and your boy MrHQ. What we got with us today?
We have IAZY.
Okay, IAZY. Where you from, IAZY?
Well, I'm originally from Toledo, Ohio, but right now I'm living in the OC, California. So yeah.
So you flew here to Atlanta?
Yes, sir. Yes.
How long you here?
Only for one day. We're leaving tomorrow, but yeah.
That's dope. So what have you done since you've been here?
Well, I just did a interview and performance with Tampa with Industry's Most Wanted, which was really amazing. She's really nice. So
She dope.
yeah, for sure.
Tampa Mystic. She dope.
Yeah.
That's my people.
Yeah.
For sure. So how was that experience?
It was really nice because she's really nice and her energy was so like, it was very welcoming and just a breath of fresh air because like, I don't know, I just needed it from the whole plane ride and stuff like that. So yeah, it was amazing.
Gotcha. What that flight was like?
It was definitely long. I was kind of asleep for half of it. So like, I don't really remember what was happening, but it was good. We had like a seat person. She was kind, I guess.
A seat person?
Yeah, I don't really know what they're called. Like, but yeah.
A flight attendant?
Oh yeah. She was nice.
Okay. So what's the name of the song you brought to us today?
The name of the song is called Pink Leaf.
Pink
Yes.
Leaf. What inspired this song?
Well, originally it was gonna be the chorus was supposed to be for another song, but I met this producer named Mappa. He's a 15-year-old producer. He's amazing. And I showed him the song that I originally made and I was like, do you have like a beat like this? He was like, hold up. And I was like, okay. So I held up and he just pulled out a beat and I was just like, whoa. And then I wasn't expecting to record it the night before, well, the night after. So I had to like stay up at like 1. My mom, she was like, girl, go to sleep. I was like, I can't sleep. I have to like record this song in a few hours. And I just kind of wrote it. It really didn't make sense to me till I listened to it now. But when I first originally wrote it, it was just a bunch of vibes. So yeah, there's not really a meaning to it. It's just really just a vibe song for sure.
Okay. Where you recorded it at?
I recorded it in the Buddha Studioz, which was a vibe itself with Miss Keisha. So yeah, it was amazing.
That's in your city?
No, this is in Atlanta.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So you like recording here too?
Yeah,
That was a dope vibe.
yeah.
That's what's up. So what you like in the studio with you when you're recording?
Who do I like? What I like in the studio?
Yeah, like what's the vibe like for you?
I really like it to be very, very quiet because I have to think. Because a lot of the times when I'm like writing, I'll have like the song written, but sometimes I'm very the last minute. So a lot of the times like I like quietness, but then also like I like people who can put in good insight without being too overbearing. So just good people around me for sure, and just a quiet environment. But yeah.
So most of the time when you're in the studio, you have your friends with you?
Well, not necessarily my friends. Like most of the time, my dad and my mom, they're in the studio. But most of the time, my dad's asleep and he's like snoring. So it's more so my mom. Yeah.
So it's just y'all three in the studio.
Yeah.
Got you. Do you like to write more or do you freestyle?
I like doing both. I like to write first because it helps me like have an idea of what I want to say. And then if I need to like do something different, then I'll freestyle. But I do like writing because it adds structure, and like if you don't write it, you're not gonna remember it. So like I feel like that's the only way like to do it. But yeah, definitely writing more.
In your city, what school you went to?
In my city, I go to a school in Orange. It's Northwood High School. It's definitely it's not a private school, but the people there aren't like, I don't know how to explain it. They're very like uppity.
Okay.
So but I've been to a bunch of schools. I lived all around because like I said, I was originally from Toledo, Ohio, which is like a very predominantly white area, and then I moved to Cincinnati, which is predominantly black area. So like I guess like I got like the both of both worlds, and I also did like when I had to move to Virginia, I did online school. So like I just kind of I know all the environments. So
Gotcha.
For sure.
Got you. What's one of the craziest things you've seen in your school?
So one day, okay, so basically, I used to when I used to live in Cincinnati, I used to pack lunch because like I wanted to be like everybody else because everybody was packing lunch. And one day, like I left my lunch bag overnight. My dad, he was mad, but I was like, you know, whatever, blah blah. I'm just gonna grab it. So then I come back to school in my lunchbox because we have to put it in these little like container things, like because they have to hold it for lunch. And I grab it and I didn't open it. I bought lunch, but there was 2 instances that happened. I had crackers that I got from the lunch line, and I asked the lunch guy. I was like, "Hey, can you cut it?" Because he had scissors. This man cut it and he took it and he ate it and he walked away. And I was like, "Oh," okay. So I was just like, "Okay." And then I took my lunchbox back home, and when I opened it, there was a whole roach in there.
Whoa!
And so yeah, it was a lot going on. It was a very big day for me. But yeah, a lot happened for sure. I don't know. Never again. But yeah.
Okay. So as far as the music, this song that you did with us today, is it a part of a project?
It's a part of like a project of me trying to release a song every 6 weeks, kind of like that rollout. It's a single, but when I do release my album soon, it's probably gonna be on there. But yeah, it's definitely gonna be on the album when it releases, for sure.
Okay. So what's the name of the album? Okay, you ain't got that far yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a secret.
Okay, cool. So do you have any albums out already?
Yes, I have an album that I released, like, I believe 2 years ago, called ZA, which is like ZA because my real name is Zaira, and I had this idea of like every album that I release, I want to put increments of my name to kind of like make it like so it can showcase like my growth, and when I get to like my full name, hopefully I reach my full potential. So
Gotcha.
I guess yeah, that's kind of like the idea of it.
So what's your favorite song off that project?
I would have to say,
give me your top 3 songs off that project that you like.
Top 3, okay, number 3, That Is It, which is featuring Karen, which is this West African artist who was featuring on it. 2, I would have to say Wannabe, because that was the first record I ever recorded with Troy Radio, a producer back in LA. And then number 1, I have to say Grocery Store. That's one of my favorites for sure.
Grocery Store? All right, give me the verse. Give me a verse from that song.
Let me tell you about this dream. I have 5,000 eyes staring at me 2 times a day, 8 times a week. And you might say, why? Let me tell you about this guy. More?
Keep going. Let's go.
Lay back,
Let's
cool
go.
eyes. My thought he worked for 5 guys. Strong words, my try. But after all that, I only have 5 lives.
Yeah. That was dope. I like that. Okay. So the second song, what was the name of that second one?
That Is It.
That Is It. Give me a verse from that one.
All they do is yell around screaming, that is it. When you're tired of the fake feet stealing heads, and sure you got you some money, what you gon' do with it? Is that your heroin? It's just so attractive. Is it the love you want or the life you wish? Careful what you choose, you don't wanna die for it. Even if you knew, even if you could, you're a fake sore loser and you know you should.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bars. So tell us this. In what ways has music influenced your life?
I feel like in the era that I grew up with, I feel like music has always been around me. Like, I know my mom tells me this, that like when I was like in her stomach or whatever, she would like put headphones on her stomach and like play music like Keisha Cole. Like I guess I was like bumping it like in her stomach. I also like while I would eat, I would hum while I was singing. And also like I had like this app called Musical.ly where it's just a bunch of songs and you just make songs and make music. So it's like it's always been something that I grew around with. So I just kind of just like took it with me as like I grew up. So yeah.
That's dope. if money wasn't an object, it wasn't an obstacle or nothing, would you still be doing music?
Yeah. For sure.
So you do it for the love?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Money's like a plus, you know? Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So with your art and your music, what would you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered for like how like my songs impacted people. And I know it sounds very like, if it sounds corny, but I feel like a lot of the times when I listen to songs, like it makes me feel like a type of way. Like no matter if it makes me feel mad, sad, or whatever, it makes me feel something. So I hope that like when people listen to my music, no matter how it makes you feel, even if it's like a negative emotion, I hope it makes you feel something, because that means it touched you, you know? So
that's dope.
That's what I want to remember for sure.
Okay. Okay. What's something you wish you was better at?
I'm trying to get better at guitar. My for the duration of like my childhood, I've always played piano. Even though I never got to really have piano lessons, my dad he bought a keyboard in the middle of just the walkway, and I would always just play, and I kind of just taught myself how to play the piano. And when I asked for a guitar, it was more so of the aesthetic, but my dad, he took me serious. He went like the next day, got a guitar from, I don't know where he got it from, but he got it. And I never really took it as serious as I'm like, okay, I need to now, because of like the genre I'm trying to get into, because I want to do pop and I want to do rock music. So guitar is something that I do have to master. So it's definitely something that I want to get better at for sure.
What made you choose those two genres?
Because I just really love them. You know, I love all music, but I feel like those genres specifically are like genres that make me feel something. So
okay, that's
why I want to give like the same effect. So yeah.
I kind of want to ask you, what made you not choose the generic genre that everybody would do?
I think
like
that
R&B basically.
I think in the beginning with my first ever song that I made when I was 14, I feel like that was like in the R&B range, but I didn't think exactly. I think it's really hard because I didn't know like what I actually wanted. I feel like I'm still trying to find what I want, and I think the reason why I didn't pick that, because like I feel like everyone's doing it, and if I feel like for me, if I did it, then I feel like I would be like everyone else, and it's gonna be hard for me to stand out with everyone if like I'm making the same music as everyone. So yes, rock and pop is something that I love to listen to and I love to do, but also it helps me stand out. And when people do ask me, oh, what makes you different? That kind of adds to the factor, you know what I'm saying? So that's
dope. So tell the people where they can find you, where they can find your music and all that dope stuff.
Well, you can find my music at all streaming platforms, Spotify, IAZY if you use it, Apple Music. My Instagram is IAZYofficial, as well as my TikTok, IAZYofficial. If you don't know how to spell IAZY, it's IAZY, and you should know how to spell official. And my YouTube is IAZY, and yeah, it's a big thing for sure.
That's what's up. We appreciate you for coming to the Switch Up.
No, thank you.
For sure. And again, we out of here.